You gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, and don't mess with Mr. In-Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum, have faith or pandemonium's liable to walk upon the scene. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative, and don't mess with Mr. In-Between.
My name's Adam, and I've spent the last 20 years of my career leading, growing, and building companies and teams for lasting impact. It would be my honor to come alongside you and help you to do the same thing. Whether it's in the corporate world, a brand new small business startup, or a 100-year-old family business, I've seen it and I've led it. Starting with defining your purpose beyond profit, we unlock strategies across every part of your business so that we can arrive at what I call asymmetric endurance, allowing you to get your time back while the business continues to grow, succeed, and achieve its true purpose. If you're ready to build an unbreakable business, let's talk. Book 15 minutes with me today at kingdommindsetstrategies.com.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to Miracles Online podcast. And today we have something super fun, exciting about dating. So let's get right into it. I'm your host, Big Bear.
AKA Jeff.
Oh, I have to say that.
Okay, take two.
I'm Big
Big
Bear.
Bear.
Jeff.
Cat, AKA Bear or Lil Bear.
Little Bear.
We've
That's
got
right.
our
Little
bear hats
bear.
on today. I'm so little. So
And for those who don't know why this whole bear thing is, that when we first got married, it was one of those things that we were asleep in bed, and it was one of those middle of the nights, everything, and just
it was actually the morning.
Was it morning?
Yeah, we were groggy in the morning.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought it was middle of the night. Anyway, I leaned over to say, "I love you, baby," and "I love you, dear," but somehow those two words got jumbled into bear.
They commingle, so that's
Commingle.
how we became.
Yeah.
The
And then when we
bears.
woke up later on that morning, we actually remembered it. And I said, that was kind of cute, wasn't it?
It was.
And then it became the Bears.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Small moments is what it's all about.
Yeah. And so that's always the fun factor because, we were very in tuned. And this is the dating part about finding things about being in tune, isn't it?
Well, actually, our topic today is in dating. You know how we're always taught to look for the red flags. And although those are important, what if instead of looking for red flags, we trained our mind and our heart to look and see, get my prop here, the green flags
Oof.
in a relationship? So today's episode, we're going to dive into that. Instead of scanning for those red flags, we're going to train our heart to look for and to recognize the good stuff. And we're going to break it down into some categories.
I like that a lot. I like looking for good stuff.
Do you?
Of course. You're
Well,
looking
that's
for the goodness out of someone opposed to, no. And then you're constantly critiquing, judging.
Absolutely.
Right? Where now you're just going, I'm so glad this person has this. I'm so glad this person said that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, for me, it was a struggle in life because I have a very critical eye. And I think also it even goes deeper into the subconscious of if we're critical of ourselves, we're constantly critiquing ourselves until we heal that part of that inner critic that really came about by the outside world, whether it was family, teachers, friends, etc., telling us lies about ourselves, until we heal that part and know the truth of ourselves, that we are one of a kind, unique, beautiful, perfectly perfectly imperfect, just the way we are, I know it was hard for me to not have a critical eye when it came to relationships.
Well, I just kept on looking to what feels right. It was very instinctive. And I really felt that as I've heard before, that when you reach within to your authentic self, you open yourself to finding the significant other also being their authentic self.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that is so true. Which brings me into a talking point of, how do you know, what are some green flags that you can be looking for in your, new, ongoing first date, first year, first decade? First off is there a comfort? Is there a flow that would give you clues of compatibility? So you want to look at that. I would say that's pretty early on. I would say, not once you've been together for a while, but I think this episode is going to gear itself towards really the dating, as Jeff said, the dating side. So that's definitely a green flag that if your date, your relationship, you are experiencing a flow of compatibility, I would say that is, definitely a sign, a green flag, right? That there's no forced pauses or awkward silences, that causes tension. Right. And that's something I think, when I was going through my research for the book, Miracles Online, plug the book here, Miracles Online, Das Buch, GPS for online dating. Yeah. And I was doing, 10, 12 coffee dates in a week, for research. That was one of the things that really early on, and of course, back then we didn't have the cell phone video, et cetera. But within 5 minutes of in-person coffee date, I could sense whether there was that compatibility flow, or were there already awkward moments, not just that awkwardness of, we just met, but it's an instinctual, like you said, Jeff, it's something instinctual that you pick up on. And so if you're, pay attention to body language, to, are they relaxed? Are they smiling? Are they at ease? Or is there a discomfort in their body language? Studies have shown for years that something like 90% of what we say is communicated through the body, not the words that we say. So definitely body language is part of it.
Well, again, looking for green flags it's different than walking in and looking for the things that alarms you. And the mindset of between the two is huge difference in the approach within yourself. One is looking for optimism. One is not. One is looking for ways to build something. One is ways to withdraw to protect yourself. So you need to understand that there's a balance here. And if you don't reach that balance, you're only always looking for red flags. You're going to be turning down maybe opportunities that you were just shut off from it. In other words, there was 20 green flags, but you kept on focusing on the 3 red flags. So therefore, you never saw the 20. So we're going to turn the table on this.
Absolutely.
Right? We're going to look at the 20 and go, hey, these are great, but this person has these little quirks that I just don't like so much. Now, can we turn those into green flags?
Absolutely.
That would be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, some of the superficial things that can change is, that awkwardness, the engagement, are they or you engaging without it being all about yourself? Okay. That could be a green flag if they're asking you questions about you.
Yeah.
And you walk away and you don't know too much about them, but they know a whole lot about you. That's probably a green flag that they're very curious. Now that balances itself out, absolutely. But that is definitely that is definitely a hallelujah green flag.
Mm.
If someone that you're with is not talking all about themselves, but they're engaging and they're asking you questions, they're honestly, genuinely curious about you.
Yeah.
Right?
If somebody's into being involved and engaged, that's a good sign. It's a great
That's a green flag.
Yep.
Absolutely. So another one, Jeff, is respect for your time, your space, and your boundaries from the start. So, that's 3 points that I made here. Let's talk about time. Absolutely. Are they mindful? You set a date or you set a time, or they say they're going to call, or you're going to go somewhere, or something like that. And there's a pattern of it doesn't happen, or, oh, my bad. Oh, I've got a conflict of interest. Oh, an emergency came up. All of those things can be valid. We know that.
Yep.
But if you see a pattern, then, I would say put the green flag away temporarily for that. You do want to give a green flag, though. However, a go sign green flag for someone who does show respect for your time, for your space, and and your boundaries. So let's talk about boundaries. That could be a multitude of things, right?
I just think that number one, don't be so critical. That, like for instance, first date, I'm a little late. I'm late 15 minutes or late 10 minutes. Well, again, how far are you traveling for this date? If I'm driving an hour and a half and I'm 10 minutes late, be lenient. Don't be like, you said you were going to be here at 1:30. Now it's 1:40.
Absolutely. Rigidity.
So now this is a red flag opposed to a green
Absolutely.
flag. Right.
So let's turn this into, here's what would be a green flag, because life does happen. Stuff does happen. Okay. In business, in relationships, and all of that, where we have opportunities to wave green flags of our integrity, of who we are. So here's a green flag for me. And I've been married for 25 plus years, but in business, if someone is late and they communicate with me, you know what, there's an accident on the highway, or I had something come up and I'm running late. My last appointment ran late. Communication. As long as they communicate with me, that, in fact, when they do, that is such a green flag, showing me that they respect my time, that we had a time to meet, and they're respectful of that, because, shit does happen. Stuff does happen. Okay. Now, much different than, I will say, selling stuff on Marketplace.
Okay. Well, look, selling isn't dating. So
no,
I mean, again,
it isn't. Absolutely. But however, it does put up a green flag or a red flag. Okay. But so to me, that you can turn into, stuff happens, and you can turn that definitely into a green flag if someone is considerate to communicate with you.
Absolutely.
Right?
But just, be aware. Again, if your date is traveling a long distance, it's going to require some, cushion on that time slot. Just be lenient. Don't be so harsh about it. In other words, the thing is that you're not doing a job interview. So this isn't somebody who's going to show up in your life at 9:00 every morning to punch a clock. Be aware of that.
Well, and again, you keep harping on that. Oh, if they are traveling a long way, I have to travel a long way anywhere. I mean, you and I were an hour from each other. So if you say you're going to be there at 8:00, and I don't care if you're traveling a long way, if you don't communicate with me, say, I'll be there between 8 and 8:30. Okay, that's a green flag for me. Or I said I would be there at 8, but I'm communicating with you. It looks like it's going to be closer to 8:30 because of traffic.
That's right.
That is totally a green flag.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is, no matter if they're 15 minutes away or an hour, it doesn't matter. Respect for your time is respect for your time. So that communication is a big, bright green flag.
On my first date, you showed up first. You and I asked you how long you waited. You said about 10 minutes.
Right.
So were you early?
I was early.
Oh, well, see.
Yeah.
So not my fault.
And
Now, was it?
No, I was early. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you were sitting there in the Jeep thinking, oh, what if he shows up and I don't like him? What if he doesn't show up?
Well, I think we had clocked enough days.
That's what you told me.
Nights
That's
and hours
always
on the
funny.
phone that
Yeah.
we weren't going to.
And keep in mind that this was ancient history. So therefore I didn't have a phone. So if I was, stuck in traffic or something, there's not much I really could do.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true.
Unless I pulled over to this side, and call from a payphone at a gas
Phones
station.
have been there.
But then
done that.
she's not home. So therefore it would be moot.
Right. Yeah. Well, we met in the dark ages. We were
That's right.
we were pioneers.
Folks, do you remember dial up?
Yeah, we were pioneers.
Yeah.
To have met online, navigated that whole scape, which is really what prompted me to start the book.
Yeah. Well,
Then finally finish it.
To put all the fun goofiness aside, definitely communicate clearly, communicate and accept that if that person is open and every step of the way and making it, I would say, comfortable as well as safety and all those things that wraps up, that gives you the good, warm and fuzzy, then that's a great green flag sign.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Communication, being respectful, being remorseful for what happened, respectful. That's like totally green flag.
So
because
now
stuff happens.
Once I see you now, we both there now at the first date.
Okay.
What would be the other green flags that start to pop up? Like opening doors for you? Wouldn't that be a green flag?
Well, for some women, maybe that's not an issue.
Seriously, a guy comes in the first date, opens the door for you, you're going to have an issue with that?
No, an issue with not opening. Some maybe don't care. Maybe they open the door. I don't know. But in today's, and I've seen stuff on social media where these young guys are like, oh yeah, we split the bill. And I think it was Steve Harvey. I love his relationship advice. He goes, oh no. You don't split the bill. I'm sorry, chivalry is not dead.
Wait, paying on the bill consider chivalry? If you don't split it, you pay for it?
The guy should pay for it.
Well, I've always
he invited you to the lunch, unless you invited him and you said, I want to treat you. And I'm talking, early on, later, it can be negotiated, I suppose. But two things that would be that were a huge turnoff for me. Now, I never did any dating where they wanted me to pay the bill. So I guess I
tried. She said no.
Okay. There. But the other turnoff, and we are going to do an episode coming up, I believe, on staying connected via, these phone distractions, etc. But so we're going back 25 years, and it was a total turnoff for me to be at lunch with the guy and he wasn't a doctor, ER doctor, who took his cell phone while we were eating lunch and took a call. That was such a total turnoff.
Wait, ER doctor though?
He was not an ER
doctor.
doctor.
Was not.
No,
what was he?
He was not. I don't remember actually.
He was a janitor in a high school.
He drove a Porsche and thought he was all that, and
he took a call.
Took a call.
Did he say, "Excuse me, I'm waiting for a call"? Or anything?
No,
he just went ahead and did it.
No. So let's turn this negative into green, because again, this episode is about the green flags.
That's right.
Looking for the green flag. So how could we have taken that into a green flag if he would have said to me, hey, Kat, I have an important call. I didn't want to cancel our lunch date. I'm going to apologize ahead of time that if the call comes in, I'm going to have to take it. I hope you're okay with that. That would be such a green flag.
Okay.
Such a total green flag.
Because he's asking for forgiveness.
Exactly. He's showing respect.
Yeah. Consideration.
That he knows this is not the best behavior, especially on a first date.
Yeah.
And, but it's a call I have to take. I want to make this work, and ask, for permission, or, basically beforehand. Total green flag.
I agree. Okay.
So, does your date, follow through on something they said they'd do after the date. If they do, that is a total green flag, because we all know that there are so many dates, I'm not going to say male or female, that, oh yeah, I'll call you tomorrow, or, yeah, we'll do this. I mean, I've talked to people, yeah, we're going to get together and do this. And then they go missing in action. That would be a red. And how could we turn that into a green flag?
Well, there is no green flag.
There is no green flag.
Because, these are aftermaths. And, if you're not good for your word, you're not good for your word. And that's something that's going to be proven within a very short time. But when you're looking for green flags, you're looking for things that's the subtleties, I believe.
Sure.
Subtleties
sure.
are we having a good conversation? Are you engaged? That's number one.
Yep.
If you're just talking nonsense and we're just, everything's surfacey and there's really no depth and you're not really paying attention. I remember there was a date that it was definitely, I thought it was going to be a green flag, because
you've had a lot of dates, all these episodes we've done. You've done a lot of dating. I don't really have a lot of dating stories.
Rock star. Can I say rock star? Anyway, it wasn't about that. It was green flag because we were getting along so well. This is somebody I met briefly when I was working on a job that wasn't a career. So I knew it wasn't going to be something I was going to be there a long time. But the girl that I met there seems to be very engaging and so forth. And so I said, hey, want to go out? Let's do that. And then as soon as we went out, the opposite happened. She stopped engaging and she started people watch. And then I was like, So what was a green flag that I thought was happening, it didn't come. So again, while I was observing.
What do you mean people watching? Like looking at hot guys? Or?
No, just all of a sudden it wasn't engaging between us on a date. It was engaging of the room. It's like, did I take you out, or did I take
maybe she just wanted to be seen somewhere?
Well, there's definitely something I learned from that, is that what may be a certain impression of someone to you, then when you go on a date, it could be complete opposite.
Sure. So are they consistent? And if they are,
yeah,
that definitely is a green flag, that they are who they say they are. And a segue to that, Jeff, is one of the points that I noted here. And that is, are they consistent with the values that they claim that they hold? So if you've had right conversations, text, video calls, what have you, and they have presented a specific type of values and principles, and sky's the limit of what those could be. But then you go out and it's anything but that.
Right.
So if they are consistent to that, that is definitely a green flag, that someone is who they say they are, from a character standpoint.
Yeah. The consistency, the energy, the effort they're giving you, and the maturity of it. The key factor really comes down to you can say this, okay, that you want to have fun with your significant other. I fully support that. But I don't support immaturity, calling it fun. What is immaturity? Well, let's go and hide behind a bush and throw eggs at this person. That's immaturity.
Yeah, that's kind of like teen stuff.
Right. But there's people out there that's in their 20s doing this stupid things. And you're just kind of going, really? I met this guy at work. He's so cool. He's so great. We went out the party, and next, he's popping six packs and, chugging them and doing these shotgun things. And, he says, man, I learned this in college. You should try it. All of a sudden,
and worse is maybe you met him on a Christian dating. That's a kind of a
right. So the green flag aspect of looking at something that is of the stature, the character of that individual, does it fit you? Because when you look at the engagement of when you're on a date, on first date, usually everybody's on pretty good behavior. Wouldn't you agree? In other words, you're not really out there slurping soups and, hey, let me go order this lobster and start cracking, Usually everybody's pretty well behaved, even in their eating habits. Nobody sit there and order 7-course entree and eat like a big pig in front of a first date. At least I have never seen it. And, I have a big appetite. I'm not shy to ordering food and eating in front of people. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and go, give me 3 of those and I got a bib around my neck, and all of a sudden I can't engage in a conversation because my mouth is full the entire time.
Yeah, those are easy things to hide behind. Good manners, I will say that.
Manners.
Thank you. To have manners. So along that line, Jeff, I think a green flag for me, also many other people, is to observe how they treat wait staff.
Yes.
Do they treat wait staff respectfully? Do they make eye contact and, and treat them well?
Yeah.
That's a green flag.
Yeah.
That is
huge.
Definitely a green flag.
Yeah. How are they to the wait staff, restaurant management?
Do they acknowledge their efforts?
Everybody.
Et cetera.
Even if you went to a place that has valet parking, just the way they address to the valet could give you some serious insights regards to how that person deal with a service-based individual.
Absolutely.
Some people walk around think they're entitled.
Someone told me once in one of my corporate America gigs that I was taught to treat every person like the CEO of the company.
Sure.
Now, that can be a stretch sometimes, but the gist of it is respect minimally, that you treat everyone with respect. Nobody is lower than you.
Yeah.
And especially service industries.
Yeah. I was also taught that. And, don't ever preconceive who that person maybe, could be, should be, just by the way they're dressed, just by the way that you first impression that you make a full decision on somebody. Give it time, give it a moment, let that person kind of reveal themselves to you. And this is why paying attention, active listening is huge. You want to active listen, not just hear somebody talk. You want to listen to what they're saying to you. This is huge key to finding these green flags on someone.
Absolutely.
Especially if they're sharing their history with you on regards to family dynamics, decisions of important things in life. These are critical because they could hit points that would match yours. And if they are definitely aligned with your personal history, goals, and aptitude, or as well as aspirations, these are all great green flags, because now all of a sudden you have something to look forward to, say, maybe we can build something with this. And that, to me, it's gold, because most of the time when we're talking, we just want to get to know each other. The first thing is, you look really good.
Really?
Yeah.
You look really good.
Yeah. Because guys are, a lot of, if you like.
You didn't say that to me. You look really good.
I told you that already before you even
Yeah,
just from pictures. But you did. You look great when we first met. And I kissed you right in the parking lot, like I told you I would.
Yes,
I didn't make out with her. I just kissed her. But I told her, this is what I'm going to do when I see you. Then we're going to go on our date. And to me, that up front of me saying that and then doing it, hopefully was a proof that I'm serious about what I've invested my time with you so far in what we're talking. I genuinely want this to go the next step. And that's why I did that. I didn't want it to be awkward, because of just the first meeting. There's always okay, you're not behind a phone now. I'm actually looking at you. Now we're touching hands, and I'm going to walk you in a restaurant. Now for the next X amount of time, I'm going to have to stuff my face with food and yet still be, cordial and have, good manners and great conversationalist. I mean, all these things played in my mind. But I didn't sit there and work it out systematically to say, I must do these. These are just things innately that I knew that if I brought the best A game to me, I should be a perfect green flag for all the things that we've talked about. Of course, here's the results. I'm here still.
And it was green flag, almost 27 years.
I'm still here.
Green flag, honey.
That's the best part about it. And I hope, everybody do take the so-called the initiative to look for the good in everyone, because I really do believe that is genuinely the opportunity of opening your heart when you're dating. When you going into it with a cynical point of view, it's kind of hard to then resonate with someone who's got their heart open because you're not. So keep in mind to think about that. Right?
Absolutely. It's just sometimes can be too easy, to be looking for the red flags and to have your guard up, especially if you've got some past situations, relationships that kind of soured your taste but don't take that with you. Don't take that with you, because everyone deserves a fresh view and a hopeful view of what they're presenting and how they're treating you. So follow your heart with hope instead of negativity.
Empty your cup so you can taste my. That is, to me, spot on philosophy. You cannot be ready for someone if you're still lingering in the past. Right. All right. So do you have a poem or story to wrap up
I've got
episode?
just a short little poem.
Okay. So before
to close off,
you do the poem,
yes,
you want to tell people about your book again on You Publishing, and also the ebook club that we're starting to give away 50 ebooks for reviews. You want to tell us a little bit about that? The
entire book, electronic, is yours for the reading. All we ask in return is a review, an honest review. And where can they sign up for that, Jeff? Is that on here?
We're going to put it on the description on the bottom. You can click on that. And then on top of that, you can always email us at Yahoo Publishing. Just go to yahoopublishing.com. There's message box, all kind of good stuff.
The link should be right here.
Yeah, but we're going to put it on the bottom.
As soon as we have 50, we're cutting it off. So don't wait. Get yours now. If you're single, divorced, or someone who's single looking for love, this is like a GPS to online dating. It will save you lots of time and heartache and kind of put you on the fast track to creating an amazing profile and setting yourself up to attract your best match.
Right.
With all those green flags.
And even if you're not in the dating pool, just if you like to read and do reviews, please just do one for us.
Absolutely. It's a short book. Less than
quick read.
90 page, quick read. So
and the reason why we're doing all this is we try to spread the word. We want to promote love, relationship, marriage, family, dating. All these things starts with dating. So we understand. We want to have a positive influence to everyone in regards to the dating pool. Should not be headaches and, oh my goodness, now I have to do this again. It should not be a cumbersome event. It should be a loving, fun, joyful moment of your life. And with that, let's hear your poem.
Okay. It's a short one. I don't even have a title for it, but I'm just going to call it Green Flags.
Green Flags.
Because that's the title of the show. Not every spark means danger. Not every glance hides pain. Sometimes the signs are gentle, like sunlight after rain. So always look for kindness in every moment, where truth and laughter blend. For love begins in green flags that guide you to the end.
I love it. And with that, shake the green flag, babe.
Okay.
And from the bears and the little bears, I want to thank you very much.
Flags.
Yep. Like and subscribe and share our podcast. Help us grow on Rumble. And we're doing it everywhere. So
please share. If any part of this episode or other episodes resonate with you, we just, kindly ask you to share, like, and subscribe so we can continue to do this.
That's right. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Miracles Online podcast. We will see you on the next episode. And with that, I'm going to kiss my little bear.
Sealed with a kiss.
And this is where you say something
big green flag.
When you say something like adios muchacho or something like that.
Adios muchachos.
I don't know. Somebody says something, isn't
it? Bye. See you next time.
Well done. You've done something that most people only ever dream about. You've started and kept a business alive, and that's a huge achievement and one you should be proud of. Now, I want to help you make that business unbreakable. My name's Adam. and I've spent the last 20 years of my career leading, growing, and building companies and teams for lasting impact. Whether it's in the corporate world, a brand new small business startup, or a 100-year-old family business, I've seen it and I've led it. And what I've learned is building an unbreakable business often requires similar ingredients: clear financial insights, well-built systems, streamlined growth strategies, and optimized operations. Starting with defining your purpose beyond profit, we unlock strategies across every part of your business so that we can arrive at what I call asymmetric endurance, allowing you to get your time back while the business continues to grow, succeed, and achieve its true purpose. If you're ready to build an unbreakable business, let's talk. Book 15 minutes with me today at kingdommindsetstrategies.com.